to talk to you about how we use love as a guiding principle to build a better patient experience and a better healthcare company. And I'll try not to be too foofy about it. I'll try to provide some specific examples so it can be meaningful. So my background is I built and sold my last 5 companies. My last business, we sold for over $100 million in just 4 years. And it afforded me the ability to go and invest in healthcare companies. And I did that because I wanted to help the people that I loved. And along that journey, I ran into the scientists and the engineers at SOLIUS. And they're creating some exciting science. What they're doing is using light to impact human gene expression as a better way to treat and prevent disease. Like really crazy out there sci-fi stuff that works. They're doing things like developing technology to move T cells faster to assist cancer therapies, or activating mechanisms in the human bodies that drugs might activate without the cost or harmful side effects. And the picture right there is a machine we just launched in Canada that provides you the benefits of the sun, like naturally produced vitamin D, but without the harmful rays that cause skin cancer and aging. So really cutting edge stuff. But what made me not only want to be an investor, but a CEO in this company, was that when you talk to the scientists, they all had a story. And it was always about, I'm here because of someone I love, and I want to make it better. Well, I've got a story too. So this is my dad, this is Chuck. He's passed away, but he was one of the best people on the planet you could ever meet. There literally wasn't a person that he met that he didn't love, and his entire life was guided with integrity. Now, when I went to visit my dad in the hospital, what I found was a very subpar facility. And it occurred to me that it was the one place that my parents might spend a large portion of their life savings, and it was built to help humans, but it kind of seemed inhumane. Now, every person in this room has a Chuck. They have someone that they love, and if they're sick, they just want them to be treated well. They want them to feel better. And as an entrepreneur and investor, I always try to guide my other entrepreneurs and employees to use love as a guiding principle because it allows them to gain clarity in their vision. And I think it increases their odds of success as well. So one of the biggest things that you get when you start thinking about developing products for the people you love is you get authenticity. You become authentic. And I can promise you that one of the most important things when you have a startup is to be authentic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how our company SOLIUS uses love as a fundamental guiding principle to enter a market. And so we haven't entered the psoriasis market yet, but we will. And so let me just use that as an example. And when I start to go into markets and you use love as a fundamental principle, you innately go towards 3 things. You go towards, like, okay, I've got a product I've already built that works, but let's think about going to market. So you start to think about what's the experience for my customer, the person I love, and can they access it, and then what's the cost? And so I'll walk you through sort of how we do it versus the current paradigm. So currently this is a phototherapy treatment center for psoriasis. The patient walks in to the doctor's office, they wait in a waiting room, they get escorted back to a changing room where they get in a thin robe and it's kind of open in the back, and they walk back, they're asked to sit in a plastic chair. The clinician comes up with a top secret bunch of information, and they invite them into this machine, they close it, the clinician types some stuff in, and the patient waits blindlessly until the session's done. Then they get out, they walk back through the facility, and they get dressed and leave. With SOLIUS, we built this for the people we love, so the entire experience is self-service. It all happens within inside that pod. You walk in, you close the door, it's all touch screen, it walks you right through the process. You can choose the scene you want to see, During a treatment, it tells you the time. We could even program a reaffirming message from a doctor. Now, when they're done, they get dressed. There's beautiful music that plays. They can look in the mirror and adjust their hair. But the most important thing that happens is when they open that door, they leave with dignity because we built it for the people we love. So here's access. So the typical paradigm is that someone goes down. This happens to be a building in Seattle that houses a phototherapy treatment center. You have to pay for parking. It's kind of expensive. And they go up in there, and the facilities is open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Thursday. So if you have psoriasis and need to go 2 to 4 times a week, it's incredibly disruptive to your week. At SOLIUS, we place these in locations where people already frequent. Health clubs, pharmacies, wellness spas. We have an application on the phone so you can find the location. You can get on a waiting list or simply walk in with your code and use it at your convenience. Because that's how we'd want to do it for the people we love. If they're not feeling well, we want it to be easy. Now, this is the part that no one really likes to talk about. Money and love. It seems so disconnected, doesn't it? So I think you can create a real good advantage if you start thinking about it from the patient first. So right now in psoriasis, what they do is it's super expensive for the doctors. They have to have office space. They have to buy a machine. It's like $6,000, $7,000 for bulbs. And they have to pay a clinician. So they have to charge $156 or something a treatment. It's expensive. It's brutal for the insurance companies, and it's not good for patients. 3 or 4 times a week, it just adds up. What we've done is we've created a self-service machine. We just charge $50 a month. Now, it's not $49.99 or $69.78. There's no fancy numbers because we want that authentic relationship with our patient, just like we would with our mom or our dad or someone we love. And we share revenue with our location partners. And so it makes it a really simple, easy-to-use service. Now, psoriasis is an incredibly large market. So what I would argue to you is that we took the time to build something for the people we love, but it gave us a sincere advantage in the marketplace. Now, as big of that, I think that my father, Chuck, would be really proud of what we built. I think he realized that we built this for the people we love, and we're going to treat a lot of people with respect. And so I hope you can do that too. Thank you.